जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण। Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So today is Thursday. It is 13th of November. It's Keshava Masa or Margasesha Masa, Krishna Paksham, and Navami today. There are no Vaishnavas in the calendar today, but we are coming nearer to Ekadasi. Ekadasi is on Saturday. Okay, so we shall move into our daily Srimad Bhagavatam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, so Vidura is inquiring Maitreya Muni. So this is the chapter 7. It is called Further Inquiries of Vidura. Further questions from Vidura. So he was mentioning to Maitreya Muni that so out of all kinds of charities mentioned in the Vedic injunctions, this charity of giving the transcendental knowledge to free oneself from all kinds of material anxieties, that kind of charity, it is the topmost charity. So this is speaking Krishna Katha, which would free oneself from the material entanglement. Okay, likewise, Vidura was glorifying about such kind of charity. सर्वे वेदाश यज्ञाश तपोदानानि चानघ जीव अभय प्रधानस्य च न प्रधानस्य न कुर्वीरन् कलामपि. So any other charity which does not even comparable even to partially to the charity of speaking the Krishna Katha. This is na kurviran kalam api kalam. It is partially api, even though little bit also it cannot be comparable. So jiva abhaya pradhanasya na kurviran kalam api. So in such a way Vidura has mentioned to Maitreya Muni. Now, so there Vidura has stopped with all his inquiries. Now the conversation is coming outside of Vidura to Maitreya. So outside is now Sukadeva Goswami and Parikshit Maharaj. So Sukadeva Goswami says, in such a way, Vidura has inquired and Maitreya Muni was inspired very enthusiastically, started speaking to Vidura. And one side is Vidura is the greatest devotee who is appeared in the Kuru dynasty. Previously he was a Yamadharmaraja. Such a kind of devotee is inquiring. And the other side, Maitreya Muni is the greatest Muni. And also he has received this Bhagavatam from Krishna. And also he has learned from the Parashara Muni. Parashara Muni also, he has learned from the Sankhya Muni. Sankhya Muni directly heard from the Sanat Kumara. Sanat Kumara heard from Sankarsana. So in such a way, in that one lineage, Maitreya Muni has received one Bhagavatam and also directly he has received knowledge from Krishna. So he is one of the great scholars. Okay, likewise, he started speaking to Vidura. Likewise, Sukadeva Goswami is mentioning to Parikshit Maharaj. This is the last shloka of the third canto, chapter 7 and verse number 42. सयित्तमापृष्टपुराणकल्पः कुरु प्रदानेन मुनिप्रदानः प्रवृद्धहर्षो भगवत्कथायां संचोदितः तं प्रहसन्निवाह. Sukovacha. So Sukadeva Goswami saying, Sayitam aprushta purana kalpaha. Sayitam, in such a way, he thus aprushta, being questioned. Aprushta purana kalpaha, one who knows how to explain the supplements of the Vedas, the Puranas. So Maitreya Muni is expert in that topics to explain the supplements of the Vedas, Puranas. Sayittama Prushta Purana Kalpaha Kuru Pradhanena Muni Pradhanaha. Kuru Pradhanena, by the chief of the Kurus, Muni Pradhanaha, the chief among us the sages. Kuru Pradhanena Muni Pradhanaha. Pravruddha Harsho Bhagavad Katayam. Pravruddha is sufficiently enriched. Harshaha in satisfaction. Pravruddha Harsho Bhagavad Katayam. And in the topics of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Bhagavad Katayam. Samchoditahatam Prahasan Iva Aha. Samchoditaha. And being so infused and inspired by Vidura, and instead Sanchoditaha. Choditha means infusing or getting agitated to speak more Krishna Katha in such a way. Samchoditha tam unto Prahasan iva aha, and Maitreya Muni started speaking to Vidura. Prahasan with a smiles. Iva aha, he is replying to Vidura. Samchodithastam prahasan nivaha. सैत्यमापृष्टपुराणकल्पः कुरुप्रधानेन मुनिप्रधानः प्रवृद्धहर्षो भगवत्कथायां संचोदितस्तं प्रहसन्निवाः. Translation. Shri Sukadeva Goswami said, thus the chief of the sages, who was always enthusiastic about describing topics regarding the personality of Godhead, began to narrate the descriptive explanation of the Puranas. Being so infused by Vidura, he was very much enlivened by speaking on the transcendental activities of the Lord. Purport by Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Is it any purport? Can I request any devotees to read this?
Should I read, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhuji, please.
Sri Shukadev Goswami said, purport. Sri Prabhupada ki jai. Great learned sage like Maitreya Muni are always very enthusiastic about describing the transcendental activities of the Lord. Maitreya Muni, being thus invited by Vidura to speak, appeared to be smiling because he actually felt transcendental bliss. Thus, end of the uh, Bhaktivedanta purport of the third canto, 7th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled Further Inquiry by Vidura. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai. Thank you, Prabhuji. So this is the conclusive statement of the 7th chapter of third canto. So here, great learned sages like Maitreya Muni are always very enthusiastic about describing the transcendental activities of the Lord. So this is Krishna Katha. And many people know about Krishna Katha, but one who is very expert in describing, one would like to able to hear and sit. No, we know everyone, most of the people know, but still we wanted to hear when some person is speaking. But the person is, if a devotee, he would really entangle his mood, the whatever he is going through in his heart, he will add to that one and then describe more and more. So there are many people writing the scripts in the movies, the commercial things, they do not have any impact on the people. Some people may be attracted for those things with a similar kind of degree, but the devotees, they want to hear from another pure devotees. So here Vidura, this is Kuru Pradhanena Muni Pradhanaha. So Maitri Muni, being thus invited by Vidura to speak, appeared to be smiling because he actually felt that transcendental bliss. It is a food for the transcendental bliss. Whenever someone is inquiring, asking about Krishna, That is very inspiring. Chotam samsojitaha, chodithastam samchoditaha. And he is pravruddha. So the Krishna Katha is mentioned here. Vayam tana vitrupyam uttama shloka vikrame yashrinutam rasadhyanam swadu swadu pade pade. Saunakadi sages, they are describing, they were inspiring Suta Goswami to speak. So Vayam to na vitrupyama, O Suta Goswami, we will never ever be satiated to hear uttama shloka vikrame, to hear the pastimes of the Lord. Yes, Shrinutam Rasadhyanam. When we are hearing Rasadhyanam is who wanted to hear or have more interest in hearing those topics. Rasadhyanam, the knowledge about the mellows. Rasadhyanam. Yes, Shrinutam Rasadhyanam Swadu Swadu Pade Pade. I know that if how the mango taste is like, I wanted to eat again and again. Likewise, who knows the taste of Bhagavad Gita? They wanted to hear again and again. Yes, Shrinutam Rasadhyanam Swadu Swadu Pade Pade. Relish again and again. Okay, that is the Krishna Katha. So they were all also asking like Krutvan Kilaka कर्माणि सह रामेण केशवः अतिमच्चानि भगवान् गोडः कपटमानुषः. When Krishna has appeared in this world in a kapata manushah, appeared in the family of Vrishni, the Vrishni dynasty, and then he has performed Adimachani. He has performed so many pastimes. Krutavan kila karmani. They were asking what kind of activities Lord has done there, along with the Lord Balarama. He has appeared in the Yadu dynasty. Godaha, in a secretly. In a secret, of course, it's not a secret, but some people, it is Lord's illusory energy covers the conditioned souls so that they cannot come to Krishna without their austerity and penances and without devotion. Chaturvida bhajante mam janaha sukritinojjana. Unless there is sukriti, they cannot come to Krishna. So Lord's illusory energy, it covers their mind and intelligence. So even though when Krishna was present, no one could understand. But even, especially Buddha was mentioning to Vidura that even who are the most unfortunate people? The Yadus. Because even the Lord is present among them, they could not take the advantage of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Likewise, they have spent. So it is a mood. Of course, they are fortunate people, but he was mentioning after Krishna has departed from this material world, Krishna Jhumni Nimloche, when Krishna departed from this material world, so he was feeling such kind of ecstatic feelings, that with so much of attachment with Krishna. Okay, so this Krishna Katha, this is what is that one? They were also glorifying, hearing from the devotee, that one, Twamnaha Sandarshita Dhatra Dustaram Nisthiti Shidam Kalim Sattva Haram Pumsam Karnadhara Ivarnavam. Because the devotees of the Lord, when they speak Krishna Katha, what happens? In this age of Kali, especially, it is most of the good qualities will be vanished, diminished very quickly. Such kind of devotees are there. They speak Krishna Katha. It contains all kinds of philosophy and how we can mold our life to make our life perfection. So the Twamnaha Sandashra Dhatra, they're just like a Karnadhari Varnavam. In a boat is going, so he is a captain. When captain is very expert, then he can cross the entire ocean without any hurdles. Even though the big waves are coming, he can cross. In such a way, when we have got a devotees in our life to lead, and even though there are so many hurdles are coming, by hearing Krishna Katha, we will ignore all those things. Those waves will be subsided automatically. We will be just floating on top in a boat of Krishna, Krishna Katha. Okay, this is how they were also inspiring, Saunakadi sages inspiring Suta Goswami. Okay, so like here Vidura is inspiring Maitreya Muni. And Maitreya Vidura Shraddhanaaya Bhaktaaya Bruhi Janma Vistaram Rushena Trupati Manaha Param Kautuhalam Himi. Again, in another context, Vidura mentions Shraddhanaya. I am very, very interested. Shraddha, it is complete uh, faith and personal endeavor to take into it. Shraddhanaya Bhaktaya, I am the devotee of the Lord. I am Bhaktaya. Shraddhanaya Bhaktaya Bruhi Janma Vistaram. Please describe more about the Lord in the context of when he was speaking about the Varahadeva pastimes. He wanted to know more. So here Param Kautuhalam Himi. Okay. So and then here Maitreya Munis appear to be smiling because bliss. It will, whenever the inquiries are happening in our heart, whatever all kinds of the smritis and different pastimes, it will be enlivened. When Krishna mentions that Sarvasya chaham hrisannivishto matta smriti jnanam apohanam cha vedesha sarvair ahameva vedhyo vedanta krud veda videva chaham. So Krishna gives all the knowledge to the person, the speaker. He enlivens his heart and then make him to empower him to speak more and more. Okay, but only thing is we need to prepare our heart in a way that without um, any material desires, material motivation, keep ourselves completely dedicated to Krishna, then automatically those words will flow through. Krishna gives Smriti Jnanam, he gives all those things. So here, Saityama Prishta Purana Kalpaha Kuru Pradhanena Muni Pradhanaha Pravruddha Harsho Bhagavad Katayam Samchoti Hatam Prahasan Ivaha. Very beautiful part. And then this Katha, uh, it has got so many things. Okay. Okay, that is from Srimad Bhagavatam. And then in the next chapter, Maitreya Muni is going to speak about Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu's how the Garbhodak Sai Vishnu enters into this universe and stays there for 1,000 yuga cycles, and later on, from his navel, Lord Brahma came whenever the lotus flowers sprout from his navel. We have already gone through, I think, 2 years ago, 2, 3 years ago, about this chapter. Again, devotees who have heard it before, again it will be enlivening for them because second time we'll go through again. Okay, with that one, so chapter 7 is completed. We'll be reciting this chapter on coming Saturday. Okay, that is from Srimad Bhagavatam. Saityamaprushta Purana Kalpaha Kurupradhanena Muni Pradhanaha Pravruddha Harsho Bhagavad Katayam Samchodithastam Prahasannivaha. Okay, Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Shall move to Srila Prabhupada's daily letter. So today letter to Vamanadeva, December 28, 1970, Surat. Okay, this is my letter. Can I request Sarup Prabhuji to read this letter, please? If available. Okay, or any other devotees, please.
Can I read, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for the wonderful session with the job starting the day. My dear Vamanadeva, please accept my blessings. I thank you very much for your kind letter. I thank you very much for your kind letter dated December 11th, 1970, and have noted the contents with great satisfaction. I am very much willing to see your center at St. Louis, but for the time being, the installations at Mia Radha Krishna may be postponed until further advice. I am so glad to learn that you have increased the distribution of BTC to the extent of 3,000 per month. The collections from BTC department may be immediately sent because they are in debt. Please offer my blessings to your good wife, thanking you once more for your informative letter. Your ever well-wisher, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Hare Krishna Prabhu. Thank you so much.
Jai. Mataji, any takeaway point, Mataji, from this?
Takeaway points is here. Prabhupada is saying, okay, the best time when the installation of the Radha Krishna should be done in the temple, and also he's so happy for the seva of books distribution, great holy books, Bhagavad Gita distribution, what Vamanadeva is doing, and also he's clearly calling out how to manage the debts rightly at the right time, so that okay, he clearly calling out the amount, like the funds has to be transferred, so that okay, the department will continue printing more Bhagavad Gitas and all. So he's talking about devotional thing, he's talking about seva, he's talking about how to manage the department financially healthy and stable. 3 points. And also he's very happy with the seva of Vamanadeva and his family and all his friends and devotees. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Yeah,
Hare
that's
Krishna.
all I can get it from the letter. Yeah.
Thank you, Mataji. Very nicely summarized. Yes, this is from Srila Prabhupada's letter. So, main thing is spreading Krishna consciousness through Back to Godhead magazines, through the books in varieties of ways, and also admin stuff is required for that one. If you want to do anything, even in the material side, it requires some land, some labor, some finance, and some knowledge. Dravya Jnana Kriya. But people of this material world, Karyakarana Katritve Dravijnana Kriyasriyaha Badhanti Nichida Muktam Mainam Purusham Gunaha. They also do the same activities, but they are entangled. Krishna devotees also do the same activities for the pleasure of Krishna. They are freed from the material world. Okay, it is the difference. Thank you so much, Mataji. And from the announcement, any other comments, dear devotees? Okay, and from the announcements point of view, okay, today, Thursday, at 8 p.m. we have got Krishna book session. Okay, that is our upcoming event. And the devotees, if you have got any updates or you wanted to share anything, kindly share and kindly update us if there are any events. Hare Krishna. Okay, there are no further updates, then we shall conclude and continue with further japa.
वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धवे एव च पतितनां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः अनन्तकोटिपुष्पवृन्द की जगद्गुरुशिला प्रभुपाद की जय। Thank you. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Hare Krishna devotees.
Thank you, Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त